Yeah, the green taboo is something I've become really, really worried about in recent years. And what I mean by that is the fact that I think it's become almost impossible to speak against a very narrow green consensus on ideas related to climate and the environment. And I think this is actually a very big threat to freedom, not just in those spheres, but more broadly. So just to very briefly say what that consensus is. The consensus is not about the fact that the climate is changing. You know, we can debate that. Most people think it is the case. But the consensus now is that the world is facing a climate emergency. The climate emergency poses a huge threat to the planet, of course, that's how they pose these things, and to our children and to future generations. And in order to deal with the climate emergency, so the argument goes, what we need to do is to be prepared to make do with less. You know, we need to be prepared to fly less. We need to be prepared to eat less meat and dairy. We need to be prepared to accept higher energy bills. And it's really, I've really noticed it in recent years. At first I thought I was imagining it, but now I'm sure it's the case. It's really become completely taboo, at least in polite company, to speak against this. And if you do, you're called a denier very often. And what the term denier means nowadays is a kind of contemporary souped-up version of the term heretic. So whereas in the old days, religious fundamentalists, when people disagreed with their religious views, they called them heretics. Now you're called a denier. So in other words, if you stray outside this consensus, you're not just wrong. People can call me wrong. People can think I'm completely wrong in what I'm saying. I have no problem with that. But if you stray outside this very, very narrow consensus in relation to the climate emergency and being willing to make do with less, then you're not just wrong, but you're evil. And you're putting the fate of humanity and the planet, which of course they see as the top priority, in great danger. I mean, as it happens, I think I take a fairly moderate view on this question. I think there are problems related to climate change. I don't think it's a climate emergency, but I think we can handle those problems with technology and human ingenuity. But even those people who think that the whole climate thing is complete nonsense, a complete hoax, I think should be free to say that. So I think the theme of the green taboo really fits into this fantastic day today. I think if we're going to stand up for freedom, we've got to be prepared to have debates on every single subject, including taboo subjects like the climate. I think that's very important because to find the truth, we need to have free and open debate, but also free is an intrinsic good. We should support freedom because freedom is good in and of itself. Thank you.